What is going on, guys and girls? How doing today? It's Single Roleplay here once again, and today I want to share my strategy for you guys for this JAEGER quest called the Survivalist Path Tough Guy. The quest looks pretty easy. Eliminate 3 scavs in the woods in a single raid. You must not do medicine, but in reality I've struggled quite a lot with this quest for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that just finding 3 scavs in the woods is a bit of a fucking problem because, you know, people just eliminate them and it takes a lot of time to spawn, for the scavs to spawn again. So you either need to wait a lot of time or to go and just look for them specifically, and it means that you will find a lot of PMCs and potentially they will kill you. Woods is a very big open map. There's practically no place to hide except for some sitting in a bush. So it can be quite a problem to actually find 3 scavs over there. And the second biggest problem is you must not use medicine. And the deal about this is it means you cannot use any medicine at all times. Before, during, or even after you kill 3 scavs, you cannot use medicine in the raid at all. If you use anything like the patches, the pills, the medicine, the salivas, the IFAKs, any time during the raid, you will fail the quest even after you kill the scavs. It doesn't really matter. And if you fail the quest here, you actually need to go to your tasks, go to the hideout, go to character screen and restart the quest once again after you go back. So don't forget this, by the way. If you fail, you need to restart the quest, otherwise it will not be active again. So not using medicine is a big fucking problem, honestly, because of bleeding problem. Practically any damage in the game makes you either a light bleeding or heavy bleeding. So even if you kill like 2 scavs and the second scav just gives you some light bleeding, you will start bleeding and you have very limited amount of time to go and look for this 3rd scav to kill. And if you will not find the 3rd scav, you will bleed out of your ass and die. So the quest looks pretty easy, but in reality I think it is one of the most annoying, hardest quests to do. After trying for quite a while, actually quite a lot of time, there were multiple situations where I just killed 2 scavs, everything was fine, but I just couldn't find the 3rd scav at all, and I just died then by some PMC shot or whatever. So I spent considerable amount of time on this bullshit quest, guys, so I can share my strategy of finding the good amount of scavs and overall strategy about playing the new woods map. So there was a couple of good locations for finding scavs, and what we need to understand about the scavs is that some locations it has like the early scav spawn, so whenever you come there, there's like a guaranteed scav over there. Some locations have a late scav spawn, so if you just come there will be absolutely no scavs. Doesn't matter, you can sit in the bush for 20 minutes, there will be no scavs. They only spawn at the very end of the raid. So my strategy overall is just going to the village over there. It's the new part of the woods map. If you, let's say, appear in the UN roadblock, you should go up through the old station to the eastern rocks, and right up there through the hole in the fence, you should be going into this new village over here. This is the new village near the bridge car extract. And another important thing that I want to mention, guys, is always bring 3,000 rubles with you, just in case the car will be there. It is a fantastic extract, very cheap, 3k rubles, so always bring 3k in your secure container. So the first location you're gonna be looking for is the SCAV village. What is good about the SCAV village is it always spawns 2 scavs. Even if you're even if it's just the start of the raid, you go there and there's always 1 scav, and quickly after that, the second scav spawns. They are very sneaky over there. They're very dangerous. They always hide near the houses. They can even go inside the house and hide there. It's also a pretty popular place for the PMCs, but overall there's like a 50-50 chance that you will kill 2 scavs over there. After this, my strategy is going to this Sunken Village over there. It's just by the road near the river. You go over there between the two rocks, just straight, and you go to this village with this like sunken church and Sunken Village near this little lakes over there. It is a late scav spawn. It doesn't spawn scavs immediately as you appear. It takes like 10-15 minutes into the raid, but you can spend this time looting this village, for example, and then just go and just hide by the bush and sit there and wait for the scav to spawn. Scavs spawn in the center of the Sunken Village. They also go by the lake and they go by the houses over there. There is a chance to spawn 1 or 2 scavs. I would say it's a mid-raid scav spawn, so I would say it takes some time to spawn over there. There's not instant, but this is your best chance to find like free scavs for this quest. Another good spot for the scavs is the, let's say, what is it, left side of the map? I would call it probably the right, but this is the left side of the map, right? Okay. So if you say you appear somewhere near the ZB14, what you gotta do is you gotta go to this thing, which is a small little house, like little hut over there with the protected house over there, with the crate, and inside there's a lot of food and the parts over there. Just on the front of the ZB14 across this across the road over there. It's just near this wood, near the sawmill. So there's a little hut over there, and it actually constantly spawns about 1 or 2 scavs. There's like very high chance to find an early. This is an early scav spawn as well. It's almost a guaranteed 1 scav over there, or even 2, sometimes even more, but mostly like 1 or 2 scavs over there. The next best bet is what most people use, is just to monitor the scav house near the outskirts. And honestly, this is a kind of very cool because the scavs just patrol the shit around. They go by the road, they just run everywhere here. But it's a late scav spawn area. It takes some time for scav to pop from the house itself and start patrolling. So what most people do is you just sit somewhere on the right side on the rocks and just watch the scav with a scope or whatever the collimators. Just zoom in the house and just try to take down the scavs that come out of the house. Honestly, this is a risky place because it's a like wide open area where you can easily be sniped from some Mosin man or whatever, just easily to be taken down and killed by the PMC. And also a lot of people just go to the outskirts over here to extract, so it's a dangerous place. Back in the day, I preferred sitting in the bush over there. There's a little bush over there which is just on front of the scav house over there. If you sit there, there's a still chance you will be discovered and killed, but that's very low. At the same time, if you sit there, it just may spawn and it may not spawn the scav. So what I personally do in my if I appear on this side of the map, I just look at the scav houses, no scavs. I go by the outskirts over there and take a look at the hut. If there's no hut, I just patrol back and sit there and look at the scav house. If there's no scavs here, I just patrol back and try to look at the rock from the rock over here into the scav house and possibly snipe them and they just start patrolling. So there's 2 spots, this little hut with the wires and shit, with the wires and the weapon box over there, and this scav house where just constantly pop scavs over there, guys. So 2 locations. Village, the main village has 1 to 2 scavs guaranteed, almost guaranteed entirely 2 scavs. The sunken area has 1 to 2 scavs, but this is a late spawn. On the left side, this little hut and the scav house. The very late scav spawn, if you like very late into the raid and you're just missing this 1 nasty scav, this is the Amercom Base. It's a very juicy place for scavs. They spawn right inside the Amercom Base, but unfortunately they spawn very late into the raid, like the last maybe 10-15 minutes. But this place is really juicy for scavs. It can spawn up to 3-4 scavs in a row. It's very juicy place, but it's very dangerous as well. Let's say if you spawn on the somewhere in the ZB and outskirts, you can at the end of the raid go into the Amercom Base and definitely find some scavs over there, because people actually rarely go there. And if your extract will be somewhere on the UN roadblock, you can actually go do it on your way. You just don't need to specifically, go there. You just go it on your way to the extract and look at the Amercom Base and find the scavs. So that's about it, guys. That was my strategy for finding scavs on these nasty missions. And another thing that I recommend is to try to go as late as possible, possibly in the evening, because it dramatically reduces the amount of actual players going on a mission. Because the majority still goes in the windmill and the sawmill, and just there's a lot of loot over there, but there's very little scavs actually, except for Sturmer. So what I recommend is wait till the time will be like, let's say 6-7 p.m. It starts to get a little dark, and this is where the PMCs mostly try to switch going into the morning, and you will have very low amount of PMCs in the raid, and this will allow you to actually see the scavs alive and not killed by the PMCs. So that's it, guys. That's my strategy for this quest. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.